Coffee scent blends with morning air. I raise my collar, fix my stare. First steps down this unknown street, footsteps tapping in a nervous beat. Doors of the subway slowly close. Yesterday fades as the city flows. Heartbeat races under my breath. A new beginning, nothing left. It's my first morning at work. The sunlight feels a little unsure, but it's fine to be awkward. My time starts here for sure. Inside the meeting room, names I don't yet fully know. Sweat forms gently on my hand as I face the day's new glow. Eyes that watch, words that weigh. I just hope I don't drift away. It's my first morning at work, like a prelude to a dream. I'll stumble but I'll smile. My story starts in this scene. A sip of coffee, a deep breath in. Now I belong within.
Two cups of coffee on my desk, one for me and one for you. Small jokes near the copy machine. Little by little we break through. When our eyes meet through the screen, fatigue melts into something new. Two cups of coffee melting down our overtime blues. A quiet comfort in this night with your shy, tired smile too. Over stacks of files, even the clock feels slow. Your one small word tonight makes my tired soul glow. Do you even know this coffee is my light below? Of coffee
The cursor blinks in rhythm. My day flows cell by cell. Numbers and grids define my life. Control C, Control V, that's my style. A report holds my fading youth, but maybe that's still fine. Me and Excel, old friends again. In repetition I find my breath. One wrong formula shakes me, but I survive this test. Error pop-ups reflect my face, covered in shadows of overtime. Still I press align center, like fixing my life's line. Sometimes I want to break free, but even this rhythm belongs to me. Me and Excel, we're alright. Monday's jazz and office light, going in circles again. That's my real life blues tonight. Tonight.
Another endless night begins. My monitor burns like the sun. Deadline clock is ringing loud. My mind's already undone. Boss says softly, fix it again. His words cut deeper than pain. Report blues, curse of the fire. Tears fall between the lines. Coffee's cold, night is long, but I'll finish on time. Charts and graphs blur out of view. Feels like my name disappears too. Everyone's gone, lights still hum. Only my shadow keeps me company. my day reflected in their glow. Heartbeat of the city hums, and I'm still running with it. Someone's laughing somewhere, while another so quietly sits. Neon outside, my heart's half clear. Shadows painted in fading light under these lamps of overtime. I haven't clocked out tonight. Paper cups, cold coffee left, holding traces of my breath. Monitors light brushes my face. This city feels like my mirrored space at the edge of dawn, so still. Will anyone call my name at will? Neon outside, the color of alone. I'm still here working through the glow. If the lights go out tonight, will my heart rest too?
The rain taps gently on the window frame, echoing the rhythm of my tired heart. Everyone's gone home hours ago, but my chair still remembers my shape. The cursor blinks like a heartbeat, steady but fading in pace. Spreadsheets, numbers, endless charts, a universe of boxes where I slowly lose my face. Outside the city hums faintly, but I can't hear joy anymore. Only the sigh of the air conditioner and my own voice whispering just a little more. The screen light paints my skin blue, and I wonder, is this what growing up means? Trading colors for calmness, dreams for caffeine, pieces of overtime scattered on my desk like torn pages of who I used to be. I glue them back with tired hands, but the shape never looks quite like me. Pieces of overtime falling between the lines work too hard, honey. I smile at the irony, my hands trembling over the keyboard. The city outside is sleeping, and I envy the silence it keeps. Sometimes I think I've learned to breathe only under deadlines. Maybe tomorrow I'll take a real lunch break. Maybe I'll call someone back. But for tonight I just exist in the hum of the lights and the tap of the keys. Pieces of overtime, the song of every lonely heart working to stay seen in a world that moves too fast to care. Pieces of overtime. If someone asks where I've been, tell them I lived here between 10 p.m. and the dawn. I close my eyes, the rain stops, the city breeze, and for a brief moment, so do.
It's 5 a.m. The city feels hollow. The streets are washed in pale blue, and I'm in the backseat of a taxi again. Half dreaming, half remembering why I'm still awake. The driver hums along to an old ballad, the kind my father used to play. I stare out the window where raindrops slide like lazy teardrops down glass. Office towers fade into the fog. They look softer when they're not judging me. My mind replays the night, the endless meeting, the boss's sigh, the quiet night I gave. Rough day, the driver asks. I laugh softly, no, just another Tuesday. The kind that steals a little more color from your soul, but you call it progress anyway. Taxi at dawn, carrying fragments of life's undone dreams, regrets, tired faces, all hidden behind tinted glass. We move through the city like ghosts with name tags. Taxi at dawn, home is just another stoplight away. The sidewalk laughs, their joy slides the morning quiet. I envy them, not for love, but for having the time to feel alive. The meter ticks, each click sounds like a heartbeat. I rest my head, the hum of the engine feels like comfort. Someday I'll get off before my stop, walk until the sun feels new again. But not tonight, not while the world still calls me by my employer.
at dawn. I'm both passenger and ghost. My dreams ride beside me, buckled in but barely breathing. Taxi at dawn. If peace has an address, let it be somewhere past this city side. The meter stops, the door opens, I step out, and dawn greets me like an old friend. Tired but still showing up.
My stomach growls louder than the printer. I step outside the building, and for the first time today, the sun remembers my name. On the bench outside the convenience store, I unwrap a rice ball, steaming faintly in the wind. Cars pass, people rush, but here time slows just enough to breathe. A jazz tune floats from a cafe across the street, soft like forgiveness for 10 minutes. I'm not a worker, not an email, not a deadline, just a human with lunchtime peace. The small rebellion in daylight, a song that only freedom sings, soft but true inside my chest. Lunchtime peace, I taste the world again. Between bites of rice and laughter, between exhaustion and hope. My coworker texts, meeting after lunch. I sigh, smile and take another bite. Anyway, a sparrow hops near my foot, reminding me life isn't all reports and replies. Maybe peace isn't a grand escape, maybe it's a warm meal under open sky. If I could bottle this moment, I'd open it at 11 p.m. when the world forgets me again. But for now the sun feels kind, and I let it rest on my shoulders. Lunchtime peace, my heart unclocks for a while, between deadlines and dreams. This is my quiet mile. Lunchtime peace, a jazz solo between chaos and calm. I toss the wrapper away, stand up, breathe deep. The world rushes on, but for now I'm caught in rhythm with the wind.
The clock hits 11:47 p.m. My fingers ache, but the spreadsheet still isn't right. Somewhere above me, the fluorescent lights hum, as if laughing at my exhaustion. I scroll through rows and columns, numbers dancing, mocking me. The report won't balance again, and I wonder Was it my mistake or fate? Someone coughs in the cubicle next door. We exchange no words, only the silent language of survival. Month in turns us into machines, breathing caffeine and guilt. I think about last year, how I promised myself not to live like this again. But here I am, chasing decimals instead of dreams. Month-end pressure, heavy as a city fog. Every click, every sigh counts like a drop of sweat down my spine. Month-end pressure, I trade my heartbeat for deadlines. Can't stop, can't fail, not when the whole team's light still shines. The boss walks by, his shadow stretching across my desk. Good progress, he mutters, eyes already somewhere else. I smile, the trained smile, the one that hides all questions. Outside, rain starts again. It feels almost merciful. I think of the bar across the street, the sound of laughter spilling out. And I wonder if they know how free they are. The bass walks in circles like my thoughts, trying to escape the file. My reflection in the monitor looks tired, but somehow stronger too. Maybe surviving this night counts for something. Month-end pressure, the jazz of anxiety and pride. We keep time with our keystrokes, we improvise our alibis. Month-end pressure, don't let me fade into the noise. If tomorrow asks who I am, tell it I kept the rhythm of life. Clock resets. I lean back, exhaling numbers into the air. Somewhere in the silence between heartbeats, I hear the faint applause of no one but myself. Morning sunlight leaks through the blinds, but inside the office, it's always gray. He walks in, shoes polished, voice calm, smile perfectly placed like punctuation. Good work, everyone, his tone is sweet, but the room tightens like a noose. We nod, pretending it's warmth, but it's really weather. Predictable, cold, necessary. He jokes about teamwork. His laugh rehearsed to perfection. In his reflection on the window, I see 100 quiet sighs. We wear faulty like uniforms, tailored from fear and habit. Even our smiles have time cards. Smile of the boss, polished like marble, unbreakable, unreadable. It shines just enough to blind, never enough to warm. Smile of the boss, a masterpiece of control, turning praise into pressure with every practice curve. During meetings he leans forward, calls me by name, a rare spotlight that burns. Take ownership, he says kindly, and I feel my shoulders tighten. Responsibility tastes like coffee that's been reheated too many times. He leaves the room and the air slowly starts to move again. Someone laughs nervously, we all pretend it's funny. Sometimes I wonder, was he always like this? Or did the system carve that smile until it forgot what joy felt like? Maybe one day I'll wear that same grin and not even notice. Smile of the boss, a mask we all learn to fit behind mine. I whisper dreams no one will hear. Smile of the boss teaches me how to survive, but not how to live. Day ends, I pass him in the hall. He nods, smiling, and I do the same. Our masks align for a second, perfectly symmetrical. Then I turn away and breathe for real again. The last train left 5 minutes ago, but I'm still here, watching the empty platform hum. Neon reflections ripple in puddles, as if time itself forgot to move. My tie hangs loose, half defeated, half free. The city's quiet, like it's giving me permission to breathe again. I start walking, no destination, just rhythm. My footsteps echo between buildings that once felt too tall, but now just feel like old friends. It's strange how silence can sound like jazz. Every passing car, a gentle brush on the snare of the night. After the last train, the city belongs to me. No meetings, no screens, just street lights and my heart beat in sync. After the last train, I finally meet myself, the version who still believes even after another long day. Find a tiny bar still open, kind that serves music more than drinks. An old man plays piano by ear, his eyes closed, his smile quiet. I sit by the window, let the melody undo my knots. He doesn't ask what I do for a living, and I'm grateful for that. Maybe this is what healing feels like. Not a grand revelation, just a soft return to being human again. After the last train, the night doesn't rush, it waits with open arms for those too tired to dream. After the last train, I walk home slow, a little lighter, a little more alive.
A small invitation to rest. Fluorescent lights buzz above, painting my skin with tired blue. It's 12:34 a.m. I grab an onion jerry and a can of tea. Behind me the freezer hums a lullaby for those who forgot how to sleep. A delivery guy yawns, the clerk scrolls her phone, and somehow this tiny store feels warmer than home. Here, no one asks why so late. We just exist, quietly surviving the day. Midnight convenience store where lost souls recharge in neon light. No judgments, no plans, just one more breath before sunrise. Midnight convenience store. You sell more than snacks tonight. You sell silence wrapped in plastic and hope that's slightly sweet. I sit by the window with my drink, watch the city stretch its tired limbs. A cat crosses the street, confident, free, unhurried. Maybe that's the dream, to move without apology. Each bite, each sip feels like reclaiming a piece of time. Outside the rain starts whispering again, and I hum along. close again. Someone else walks in. The night goes on, and somehow that feels like comfort. The night air feels honest here on my small balcony, above the noise. Down below, taxis and lovers move, but up here I can finally pause. I take off my shoes, let my feet touch the cold concrete. The moon hides behind a cloud as if shy about watching me unwind. I light a candle just for the scent of something real. Lavender calm like a memory I once had. Quiet balcony, you hold my secrets safe. I whisper my day into the wind, and it takes it somewhere far away. Quiet balcony, you remind me I'm still here. Not just a name on a report, but a heart learning how to rest. Across the street, someone laughs, a couple argues softly, their voices fading into jazz. Life happens in layers, some bright, some blue. I take another sip of tea, and for the first time, I don't rush the night. Maybe peace isn't about silence. Maybe it's about letting the world move without needing to keep up. Quiet balcony, you teach me how to breathe slow. Between the noise and my thoughts, there's a small space, and that's where I'll live tonight. The candle flickers, a car passes below. The world doesn't stop, but my heart finally does. Just for a while.
The sunlight peeks through the blinds, gently nudging me awake. For once, no alarms, no emails, no clocking sound. I gather my laundry, clothes that smell like every weekday. The washing machine hums softly, a rhythm that feels almost human. Steam curls from my coffee cup, mixing with the scent of detergent. It smells like peace. I never thought a Sunday morning could sound like jazz, but here it is, improvised and true. Sunday laundry, my kind of therapy, spinning circles of fabric and thoughts, washing off the week's fatigue. Sunday laundry, simple ordinary grace, reminding me that slow is not the same as lost. I hang shirts by the window, watch them sway with the wind. They look like tiny white flags, surrendering but proud. The neighbor hums a tune, kids laugh down the hall for once. I don't envy their noise, it feels like belonging. Maybe healing isn't loud, maybe it's this, a quiet room and the scent of soap and sun. Sunday laundry, I fold each shirt like a prayer for strength, for kindness, for another week that waits. Sunday laundry, small acts of staying human. The machine stops, the room still hums, and for now, that's enough.
The office glass mirrors my face, half hope, half habit. Behind me fluorescent stars flicker. I used to think they meant success. Now I see more clearly. Each reflection holds two versions of me, one who obeys and one quietly reaching for the door outside. Raindrops race down the window, each one falls without permission, but still lands with grace. I trace my finger along the glass, drawing a path I might one day take. Window reflection, you show me who I've become. Not broken, not lost, just waiting for the right sunrise. Window reflection, you whisper softly, not forever. And I almost believe it. Copier, the same joke, the same tone. Once it comforted me, now it feels like deja vu. I open my notebook and instead of numbers I write, remember why. this place, but I can't stay still here anymore. My heart wants rhythm, not repetition. Window reflection, I see the life beyond my line of sight. No boss, no titles, just light that belongs to me. Window reflection, when the rain stops, I'll walk outside and start again. The glass still holds my ghost, but the real me is already gone.
A blank page on my desk, more terrifying than any report. But this time, it's not numbers I'm filling, it's true. Dear manager, the words feel formal, but my hands tremble like freedom. I pause, staring at the blinking cursor, every flash a heartbeat of courage. I remember my first day here, the coffee, the fear, the dream that work could mean something. Maybe it did once, but dreams evolve just like people do. Resignation letter, you're not a goodbye, you're a quiet thank you to the person I used to be. Resignation letter folded neatly with tears and pride. You carry both my exhaustion and my hope. I think of the late nights, the empty streets, the neon prayers, all the versions of me who stayed just to prove I could. Now I realize leaving isn't losing, it's finally choosing. sign my name, and the air feels lighter. Even the hum of the light sounds like applause. Resignation letter, you're the beginning disguised as an end. Tomorrow I'll walk without a badge, but still with purpose. Resignation letter. Thank you for letting me breathe. The page stays on the desk, but my heart already clocked out.
The first Monday I've ever slept in. No alarms, no messages marked urgent. Just sunlight stretching across the floor. I make coffee slowly, counting the drips like blessings. Each one says you made it out. The mug feels heavier, but my heart feels light. For the first time I taste freedom. Not sweet, but honest. Coffee without a schedule. Bittersweet and real. No rush, no rolls, just the sound of me breathing still. Coffee without a schedule. I sip, I think I feel. Turns out peace has caffeine too. Outside the city rushes as always, but now it feels like a movie I'm no longer in. I watch smiling at the chaos I left behind. No bitterness, just distance. I earned this pause. My hands still twitch for work. Old habits die politely, but I tell them we're allowed to rest. Coffee without a schedule. I drink to my own time. To the mornings that don't start in fear, and the nights that don't end in shame. Coffee without a schedule. It's not rebellion, it's recovery. The cup empties, but the day feels full.
It's a small apartment, barely fits my plans, but it's mine, and that means everything. A single lamp,
a mattress on the floor, a cat that showed up and decided to stay. It's quiet here, but not lonely. Every corner hums with the sound of possibility. Freedom isn't loud, it's a hum beneath your breath. Small apartment dream, 4 walls wide enough for hope. I traded glass towers for sunlight, and I don't regret the cost. Small apartment dream, my ceiling low, but my sky endless. This is what peace sounds like. I still check my phone sometimes, half expecting orders, alarms, but silence answers kindly. The air smells like pain and promise. I cook dinner to soft jazz, and every note feels like freedom spelled aloud. I thought I missed the rush, but all I missed was me.